So this is the Earfun UBOOM X. It's a very affordable, large portable Bluetooth speaker that gets impressively loud, and it has some extra features as well. And today we're going to see how this speaker compares to both the JBL Xtreme 4 and the Bose Soundlink Max, which are much more popular and much more expensive. Regarding pricing, the Earfun UBOOM X has a retail price of $190, which is extremely reasonable if you ask me, and it can be found on sale for $160 from time to time. Whereas the Bose Max has a retail price of $400 and the JBL Xtreme 4 has a retail price of $380, but they like to both go on sale for $300 from time to time. Nonetheless, if you want to pick any of these speakers up, they'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, then check out our affiliate partner, Coinbase. I have been exclusively using Coinbase for the last 5+ years to invest in crypto, and I have had zero issues with them. And if you sign up by using the link down below, you can get up to $200 in crypto. Coinbase makes it very easy for you to buy crypto like Bitcoin, Ether, Solana, and so on, and you can now use Apple Pay. Again, thank you to our affiliate partner, and sign up by using the link down below to get up to $200 in crypto. So first, there is the design of these speakers. Now, the Earfun UBOOM X is noticeably larger than both the JBL Xtreme 4 and the Bose Max, but the speaker is still relatively easy to take on the go with you. But more importantly, the UBOOM X comes included with a shoulder strap, just like the Xtreme 4. So you can just throw it over your shoulder, which makes it a lot easier to take it on the go with you. But the biggest design difference between the BOOM X and these other two speakers is that it does have a built-in light feature. Now, this light feature works best while indoors or at night, and it's a nice feature to have, but it's not the best looking light feature out there, but it is there if you want it. Overall, the Earfun UBOOM X is portable and durable, but these other two speakers are more portable because they're noticeably smaller, and they also feel more durable and premium because they are using finer materials. Now, when it comes to battery life, the UBOOM X has an advertised battery life of 30 hours, which is a lot. However, this advertised battery life of 30 hours is with this speaker playing at 50% volume, with its stock EQ, and with its light feature turned off, which is still good, but real dual use with this speaker playing at 80% volume, which is already very loud, and with the light feature turned off, it's going to be good for around 10 hours of playback time. Still not bad at all. Whereas with the Bose Max, this speaker has an advertised battery life of 20 hours while it's playing at 65% volume. But real use with this speaker playing at 85% volume is going to be good for around 10 hours of playback time. And this is a speaker that you might want to use at a higher volume on a regular basis because it doesn't get as loud as it should, especially for its price. Whereas with the Xtreme 4, this speaker has an advertised battery life of 24 hours while it's playing at 50% volume, which is similar to the Bose Max playing at 65% volume. And world use with it playing at 80% volume is going to be good for around 14 hours of playback time, and 80% volume on the Xtreme 4 is noticeably louder than 85% volume on the Bose Max. But one of the biggest things about the Xtreme 4 is that you can fairly easily remove its battery. Now, I say that it's fairly easy to remove because you do have to unscrew some screws. But the important thing here is that after 3 or 4 years, if your speaker's battery doesn't last as long, you can always just get a new battery instead of having to replace the entire speaker. Or more realistically, you can just get multiple batteries and keep the party going, because realistically, it's not all that difficult to swap out the battery on the Xtreme 4. Now, when it comes to charging these speakers, all of these speakers charge via a USB-C port, which is great. But with the Xtreme 4, if you use it with its included charging cable, you are going to get a performance boost out of it. It is going to get louder and it is going to have more bass, whereas that doesn't happen with these other two speakers. But the good thing about all of these speakers is that you can use their USB-C ports to charge your own devices, which I feel is extremely useful. But just keep in mind, you can't use any of these USB-C ports as a wired connection, but both the Bose and Earfun still have an audio jack, whereas the Xtreme 4 doesn't. But when it comes to Bluetooth connectivity, all of these speakers can be connected to 2 devices at the same time, so you and a friend can both be DJ. Latency is not an issue for any of these speakers, so you can use them to watch videos with on your phone. But when it comes to audio codecs, the Xtreme 4 only has support for SBC, whereas the Earfun has support for SBC and AAC, and then there's the Bose Max, which has support for SBC, AAC, and aptX adaptive. But with all that out of the way, let's talk about sound. Regarding speaker setup, the Bose has a dual front firing woofers, which are angled out a little bit. There's a single front firing tweeter, and there are dual passive radiators that shoot out the sides. Whereas with these other two speakers, they have dual front firing woofers, dual front firing tweeters, and dual passive radiators that shoot out the sides. Except on the Earfun UBOOM X, it is larger. And with all of these speakers, you can always go into their apps and you can adjust their EQ to your liking. Or you can always just choose from a few pre-made EQs on either the JBL or Earfun. But now we're just going to go ahead and jump into the sound test. All of these speakers are playing at 75% volume with their stock EQs, and the JBL Xtreme 4 is playing while unplugged.
There's a beauty in the way you're worn, and the sharpness of your thorns, so vibrant in the imperfections. In the pain there's something real, all that anger so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel, just let me hold that severed world. The pieces feel so cold. All the tears won't bring it back to life. But hate will always grow. There's a beauty in the way you lay, and the way your color fades. You stand out now with your imperfections. Oh, it was never meant to fall apart. It was not supposed to cause us harm. But these days, all I do is wonder, is it better now that we can start again? 'Cause in the pain there's something real, oh that anger so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel, just let me hold. Oh, that severed world. The pieces feel so cold. Tears won't bring it back to life. But hate will always grow.
So, sound quality wise, I think the Earfun UBOOM X performs very well. From a max volume and bass standpoint, this speaker does get louder and it has more physicality in its bass than these other two speakers because it's larger. However, I have noticed that at higher volumes, there can be some distortion in the highs. It doesn't happen all that often, but it does happen enough to the point where I do have to mention it. Whereas distortion isn't a problem for these other two speakers. I honestly think that the Earfun UBOOM X sounds best while it's below 80% volume. But overall, the UBOOM X sounds and performs very well for its size and price. Now, if you were to compare this speaker directly to the Bose Max, first off, the Bose Max just doesn't get as loud as these other two speakers. And it does like to lean towards a warmer sound signature. And then there's the JBL Xtreme 4, which lean towards a brighter sound signature, so you might want to go into its app and reduce the highs a little bit. But more importantly, it does have better instrument separation. But overall, the Earfun UBOOM X performs very well for its size and price. But finally, let's talk about pairing these speakers up with other speakers. Now, with all of these speakers, if you have two of the exact same speakers, then you can wisely pair them up and get them to play in left and right stereo mode. But with the Bose, you can only have a total of two speakers wisely paired to one another, and you can pair it up to a Bose Flex 2 and get them to play in sync. Whereas with the UBOOM X, you can pair up to a total of 50 speakers together and get them to play in sync. But then there's the JBL Xtreme 4, which is using Auracast. So you can wirelessly pair it up to any other Auracast speaker, and Auracast is a universal speaker pairing protocol. So you can pair your JBL speaker up to any other speaker, regardless of brand, as long as it has Auracast. But personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Auracast right now because it is rather slow and echoes can happen a lot. But thankfully, the JBL Xtreme 4 is backwards compatible with JBL's older speakers that are using Party Boost. So you can still pair your Xtreme 4 up to other Party Boost speakers like either a Boombox 3, a Boombox 2, an Xtreme 3, a Charge 5, a Pulse 5, a Pulse 4, or to a Flip 5 or to a Flip 6, and you can get them to play in sync, and you can pair up to 100 speakers together. So if you plan on getting more than 2 speakers, then you might want to go with the Xtreme 4. Now, Auracast gets the job done, and it is the future, but I still prefer JBL's own speaker pairing protocol, Party Boost, because it's a lot faster and it's a lot more stable than Auracast. But with all that being said, the Earfun UBOOM X gives you a really big bang for your buck. It sounds good, it gets loud, and it has a lot of bass for its price. But just be warned, you can get a little distortion in the highs at higher volumes on rare occasion. The UBOOM X also has a decent battery life, it has a built-in light feature, and you can use its USB-C ports to charge your own devices. Overall, the Earfun UBOOM X is a solid, affordable option to consider, but with both the JBL Xtreme 4 and Bose Max, these speakers do offer a more premium feel. But more importantly, with the JBL Xtreme 4, you get important features like a removable battery, Auracast, and better instrument separation. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.